Good afternoon, everyone. Here with another 24 questions interview, this time with Gavin Perrett of Hawkhurst Invest. Hi, Gavin.
Hi, Emma.
How are you?
Very well, thank you. All good.
Good. Lots of goods there. So let's crack on. What's your favourite word?
My favourite word is collaborate.
Collaborate.
Probably because, well, that's what we do in business. We collaborate, and well, not just in business, in all walks of life, really. I'm very much of the opinion that I have an open mind and be curious about where a conversation might lead, which is possibly why we're met here today.
Exactly. And what gets you up in the morning?
It'll be one of two things. It'll either be attending a Nexus breakfast networking meeting, or it will be going for a run. To be one of those two things.
Or run after Nexus?
Yeah, possibly.
What do you truly, honestly think of social media?
Oh, there's a good question. I think it has a very, very important place. I don't think you can really escape it at the moment, so you have to embrace it in the right way. It has its
embrace, not escape.
Yeah, well, absolutely. You've got to work out how it can work for you, and I think it's important to understand it properly before you take the plunge. It has its dark side to it, and I think that's why education is important on that. But it's allowed me to connect with people who I know who live around the world, and it's helped me to engage people in business all around the world too. So it's a good thing.
It's a good thing to do. Kindles or books?
Books. Interesting, this one, because I'll have to pick up a physical book to read, but when it comes to music, I'll stream rather than have the CD. Don't ask me why, just one of those things.
We won't then. And what do you think is the biggest challenge to your industry right now?
Challenges, I think, in our industry are part of it's just part of what goes on. Changes happen all the time. There are big changes going on at the moment in our industry. We won't mention that word,
no,
but that just forms part and parcel of industry cycles. And I think as long as you are open to change and see and look for the opportunity in change and challenges, then there are a huge amount of opportunities there. So I think the challenge is just making sure that you, despite what happens in the marketplace and in the industry, just be open to the possibilities and opportunities.
I think with property in particular, I think get specialist advice from trusted specialists.
Exactly. There's a lot of, again, collaborate with the right people and make sure you've got experts around you that can work for you in your best interest.
Good. What did you want to be when you were growing up?
I wanted to be a rock star. I've always been into rock and heavy metal music, and I played the bass guitar as a child, and still play the bass guitar every now and then. And I wanted to be a rock star. Absolutely.
It's not too late.
You never know. You never know what's around the corner.
Watch your space. Your favourite word was collaborate. Can you use it in a sentence?
Yeah, I can. I look forward to collaborating with open-minded individuals every day.
Oh, very good. And now can you make it rhyme?
Wow, that's a challenge. Collaborate.
Are you up for that challenge?
The only word I can think of that rhymes with collaborate is refrigerate, but maybe that's because I'm hungry. I don't know, so possibly not.
It's that time of day. What led you to your current career?
Oh, I stumbled into this career by accident when I was 22, freshly graduated from university. My degree is in classics, so nothing to do with financial services or property investment. Just stumbled into it, and the rest is history.
What advice would you give to your younger self?
I didn't realise we had all afternoon now. I'm not too sure. Actually, there is a theory that I subscribe to that everything that happens in life happens for a reason.
Definitely.
And if I were to go back and advise myself, I may change the shape of my own personal history, which may not be for my best benefit. So I think if I was going to go back, I'd just say keep the faith.
Keep the faith.
Yeah.
We're good. Now, what's the best thing anyone's ever done for you?
I think there are probably several answers to that question. I would say that my mum and dad, who are absolutely amazing, have been a constant source of inspiration and support for me. I would say that my business partner and my best friend David has been a loyal friend and also incredibly supportive all the way through. And my husband Ian, I I think those three entities have done 95% of everything for me in my life.
Now, what's been your career-defining moment? You might not have had it yet, but so far.
Career-defining moment. I think it's an ongoing.
You running the marathon last weekend.
I don't think that's necessarily career-defining. That was a very important personal goal that I had, and I was really happy to have achieved that. But I think the transition from financial advisor and mortgage broker to property investment consultant, using property as a financial planning vehicle, and creating that model in a fairly unique space is a fairly defining moment for me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, if you won a big award of some kind, who would you thank?
I think I probably already answered that in the question regarding my parents, David and Ian. Yeah.
Trio. Can you give us a time saver of the day?
Yes, I would say journal.
You're the second person that said that. Rupert said that.
I'll give you an example. I spent an hour yesterday journaling to prepare myself for the week ahead, and I've entered today a lot calmer, and more relaxed, and more productive than had I not done that.
Very good. Where do you see your industry in 24 months?
Industry or my business? Industry.
You can answer both. I'll let you.
I would say, thank you very much. You're so kind. The industry in 24 months, I think, will grow. I think that as the current property cycle develops, we'll enter a stage where there's more awareness of what's going on. And then we see this happen every 18 years. And there'll be a huge amount of excitement in about 5 to 7 years when perhaps it won't be a good time to invest. So there'll be a lot more excitement in the run up to that, effectively.
And where were you 24 months ago?
24 months ago, I was very busy creating the current business model and developing the current business model. And it's nice now to see a lot of that hard work coming to fruition. Yeah.
Cool. And can you tell us an interesting fact about your company?
Yes, I can. I firmly believe that our unique selling point is the fact that I don't know of any other property investment consultancy that combines financial planning, property investment, and personal development all rolled into one. And that's probably the interesting fact.
Now, if you could have a 24-minute Skype chat with anyone, living or dead, who would it be?
Oh, crumbs. Right, I'm going to tell you the two people that I just popped in. I know you said they've asked for one. I'm going to give you two. Okay. Stephen Fry.
Yeah. Popular choice.
And Grace Jones.
Wow. There's a combo. I don't know who would come off better or worse.
I'm not too sure about that one. Yeah.
And what's one word you'd like people to describe you with?
Fun. That'll do for me.
Would you mind taking a selfie for us?
I'll be very happy to do that. Yeah.
What's your favourite Twitter handle or social media campaign, if you have one?
If I knew what a Twitter handle was, I would answer that question. But social media campaigns, I would say, at the moment, I think that the most important social media campaigns that I've seen that I think are really crucial are those that centre around mental health.
Yeah.
And there's so much going on at the moment regarding that. The awareness is increasing, and I think a lot more needs to be done. So I'm really happy to see that.
Yeah. Agreed. And what's one quote that defines your work ethic?
My work ethic, I would say the best way to summarise that for me is that under promise and over deliver.
Wise.
Yeah.
Wise words. I learned that one very early on. And what's been the best part of your day so far?
I would say waking up with a sense of optimism and the sun shining and going for a run at 6 o'clock this morning was just a really great way to start the day. So I'm grateful for that.
Hashtag Monday motivation. And finally, anything to plug?
Yes. Our next property investment workshop is on Thursday, the 18th of April, here at Saxon House, 6:30 to 8:30 in the evening. It's purely educational, it doesn't cost anything to come along. We're going to be talking about business protection and how to protect your property investment business and where to get started with it as well. So if that's of interest, then connect with me on Facebook and I'll send you some more details.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Emma.
Thank you.